What's up, guys? Coach Mehdi here. We are back. Yet another episode of the TakeFive, the world famous TakeFive fitness show. All right, what are we talking about today? Today we are talking about calories. Let's talk about calories. Let's talk about food and drink. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that you eat. I just revealed that I'm about 137 years old with that song. I'm as old as the Night King, maybe a week older. All right, calories. What is a calorie? It is a measure of energy. Yes, one lowercase c calorie is the amount of energy needed to take 1 gram of water up by 1 degree Celsius. Yes, who cares? Well, you can slip that into a conversation with your friends, when you're having a drink, just to show how much more intelligent you are than they are. They might walk away forever and not talk to you, but that's just the price of being awesome. Okay, now, one lowercase c calorie. That's not the calories that we talk about every day when we talk about food. That's one uppercase calorie, which is 1,000 lowercase c calories. Good, we got the nerdy stuff out of the way. We're talking about big C calories, the ones that have to do with food. Somebody realized at one point in time, some very smart person, that food has energy in it, and our bodies deal with energy. Our bodies take energy in, expend energy out, and it turns out that it's kind of there's an equation there. The amount of energy in our body is the amount of energy coming in minus the amount of energy going out. And that was kind of an important find because it was used to understand trends in obesity increases, specifically in the US, over the course of the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. And there's this idea there that about 3,500 calories equate to about a pound of fat. But if you flip that around, 1 pound of fat contains 3,500 calories worth of energy. And again, why is that important? Because as human beings started eating more food and gaining weight, gaining fat specifically, there was more research into the mechanism of how do we intake energy, what do we do with it. Turns out that bodies take energy in. If there's more energy that they need, they use it to store some energy into muscles, some energy goes into some other organs of the body, but those are limited. At some point, after a small amount, everything else that's extra goes into fat tissue, adipose tissue. And that's infinite. You could just store as much as you want to. So, scientists looking at increases in body weight and body fat over time. They're looking at increases in food intake and energy intake over time. They're trying to figure out, how much causes how much. And I believe it was, someone from 1976, it was a study that showed that, on average, human beings, or US actually nationals, have been eating about an extra 200 calories a day. At 200 calories a day, but if you stop there and think about it, 200 calories extra a day, that means every 16 days, you're gaining about 35 to 3,600 extra calories. So every 16 days you're gaining a pound. So every month you're gaining 2 pounds. And then over the course of the year you're gaining 24 pounds. And then over the course of 10 years, what? You explode? Like, it just doesn't make sense to just use this formula like that. And so there was something missing in the equation. We don't just continuously add on weight. And so more research was needed there. And they were like, so how do these calories work? Well, it turns out that, again, your body is not a box. Oh, someone recently said that in a video somewhere. How does that work? So it turns out that adipose tissue, fat tissue in the body, when it increases, burns more energy. So just by the sheer fact of taking on more adipose tissue, your baseline metabolism increases. So you do increase calories in, but not all of that increase, not the extra 200 calories, not all of them get saved as adipose tissue, because they do get saved, but the more adipose tissue you have, the more calories go out. It's like you have a bank account and you have $10,000 in it. Good for you. Okay, but you make $1,000 a month. Not so good for you. Okay, you have 10,000, you make 1,000 every month. And then you spend $1,000 every month. At the end of the year, you still have $10,000 in your account. Nothing happened. You're just taking in as much money as you're spending money. Okay, one day you get a raise. Now you're making $2,000 a month. Whoa, awesome. All right, let's go ahead and start saving some money. You start saving some money. Maybe the extra $1,000 that you're making, you're putting it into your savings. Awesome, you're adding $1,000 every month. At some point, you're like, I'm making some money. I want to spend me some money on something else. Maybe you buy clothes. Maybe you gotta get a better car. Maybe you go into a nicer apartment, better part of town. Suddenly you're spending $1,500 every month. So you're not saving the $1,000 anymore that you were making extra. You're saving $500. That's sort of what's happening with your body, with your fat tissue. It's like naturally, as soon as the energy comes in and gets stored, then automatically the body starts spending more of it out. The net though is still plus. Like there's still plus more in than out. So there's still more adipose tissue accumulation. It's just slower. So that works actually in the same way when you're trying to lose weight. Okay, when you're trying to lose weight, you've seen this with so many folks. So many among us try to lose weight. At the beginning, we have more to lose. It's easier to lose that weight. At some point, we all hit a plateau. Whatever that point is, and whether you're going from 35% body fat to 25%, or you're going from 24 to 19, or you're going from 16 to 13, you lean person, you. Okay, whatever it is, at the beginning, it's easier. And then at some point, because you have less adipose tissue in your body, you have less fat, automatically, your body starts to react to that. It starts to first, it makes you hungrier because you're cutting down the restriction, you're cutting down your calories. And B, what's happening now is you need a bigger calorie restriction on a daily basis. You need a bigger calorie restriction on a monthly basis in order to just get those extra pounds of adipose tissue off. So that's your dreaded plateau. Okay. So now we have an idea of what's going on. We know that calories in and calories out equal to some amount of energy in the body. We know it's not a static linear thing. It's like the body reacts to it. It tries to fight it. It tries to do some stuff as well. We know that just 3,500 calories equating to 1 pound doesn't really work. It's just a guiding principle. And just sticking to calories in minus calorie out may be not sufficient of a model to explain fat loss and weight loss in general. But it's a good helpful framework. And here we are, we started talking about it. And in the next episode, hopefully we'll talk about it some more. All right, guys, that's it for today. We'll see you next time.